When did you find out about the decision and Jonathan coming to you asking you to be the interim?
I found out Sunday night. Yeah.
What was your reaction when you were asked?
I mean, I wasn't planning on it. You don't expect to come to work and find, that stuff out. But I accepted it and looking forward to the opportunity to lead these guys on the field Saturday. I'm excited about that part of it.
Not under these circumstances, but is the defensive coordinator been a real goal of yours at some point in your career?
Yeah, like you said, this is not how you wanted it to happen. But yeah, that's been a goal. That's what I've been working for. And so, opportunities now and focuses on Stanford and making sure I get these guys ready to play and our staff gets them ready to play their best on Saturday.
What are the immediate priorities for this defense?
I think it's an individual improvement. Each guy owning their job, understanding what's the detail of my assignment, right? How do I do my job that fits into the whole scheme of things, and staying focused on that. And I think if we get effort and energy into that, then we'll play better.
Have you had a conversation with Tim since?
A quick one, yeah, right after, I believe Monday morning. Yeah.
Is there anything in your time working with him that you learned from him that you incorporate?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, as a coach, you're always, as you work in different schemes, and I've been fortunate to work in a bunch of different schemes so far, a couple different 3-4s and 4-3s. So yeah, I've learned a lot in the 4 years that I've worked for him and appreciated of him for the work he did here and the knowledge I've gained from him. Absolutely.
Your father's got some history here at this school on the defensive side of the ball. I'd imagine you've had a conversation with him since you took over. Did he have any advice for you if you did?
No, it was just more congratulations and stuff like that, and he's excited. So yeah, but I've learned a lot from him. Obviously, that's my background and my base of knowledge. So yeah, it's pretty cool to be in that kind of same spot.
In the last couple of weeks, what has stood out to you, just from a schematic perspective? You don't have to go and throw anybody under the bus here, but what was it about this defense the last couple of weeks that you do seek to improve going into this Saturday?
The physicality in the run game, that's where it starts, and then we got to get off the field on third down, and that goes back to my job, owning my role, and making sure I take care of my responsibility on the field so we can get off the field.
How have you seen the players react and respond this week?
It's been positive. Obviously, like I said earlier, I mean, same thing. No one wanted this to happen. If anything, I told them it should be motivation. You want to be motivated as far as, hey, this unfortunate thing happened. Let's make sure something like this doesn't happen again, and we control it by playing better.
How different is your role going to be on game day? I mean, obviously it's going to be different, but, what challenges is that going to be for you, and how prepared are you for that?
Ready. That's something, especially over the last 5 years probably, that I constantly have worked on through, just individual time, watching film, calling games myself on the film. I've been preparing for this. Nothing's like experience, but, you has to get experience somehow, and so we'll do it Saturday.
Is this something that's going to be kind of a collective effort among, position coaches trying to plug some of the gaps now that you don't have a coordinator in the building anymore? How much of this are you kind of taking on as yourself now that you are in that role?
Oh, it's collective. I mean, the first thing we start talking about is how do we get our guys to be in the best spots based on their skill set to be successful. So it's been collective completely, and we've had long conversations about everything we're doing. Are we putting them in the right spot? And if we feel we're not, then we're not going to do that. And so it's a collective effort, no doubt.
How much background have you had just in terms of calling plays defensively, and where do you see a learning curve coming this weekend?
Well, the great thing for working for Coach Smith is I've been, spring games, scrimmages, I've been doing it for the last 4 years. The difference will be an actual game live and doing it, but, I don't get too high or too low, so I'm pretty even kill as far as that, so I'm not worried about it.
How similar is your coaching style to your dad?
Very similar in the energy and a little less four-letter words, but as far as
that'd be impossible.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as the intensity and attention to detail, that's where I've gained a lot from him. Is that part of it? He was very focused on the detail of how to play the position, not plays, but players and how they do them. Yep.
Stanford's starting, it seems like Stanford's leaning towards starting a true freshman quarterback who really hasn't played much this year, didn't really play his last 2 years of high school either. How do you prepare for a guy who doesn't really have quite as much tape out there that you can look at?
For us, it's the focus on us. Whoever's back there at quarterback, I mean, they're gonna run routes and they're gonna throw the ball and hand the ball. So the game's not gonna change. Who's back there? We'll have to in game. We got stuff prepared for different situations based on what he's doing and what they're doing. So we're ready for anything that they could do and ready to make those adjustments on the sideline.
Is there anything schematically that do you think will change, or that you do see changing, whether that's simplifying certain things or changing things from what's been the last couple of weeks to this week to get an improvement that maybe you feel that this defense needs?
Well, we'll do stuff. I'm not going to talk about it, of course, but yeah, we've done stuff schematically to help ourselves and, again, put our guys in the best position based on what they can do.
Do you look at this as an audition?
I haven't really thought about that. That'll take care of itself. It's like we got to go out and win. So that's been my focus. How do I get these guys so we can go out, play our best, and win the game? That's really been the focus.
What have you seen from the Stanford offense?
They're big, they're physical. They'll get in the heavy sets and run the ball and try to knock you back, and then they'll get in the lighter sets, and they kind of do everything. And the good thing about this conference is we've seen everything already as you go through the conferences, all the different offenses. So I think that way we're prepared for anything. We can always fall back on old rules of how to play stuff based on what they come out and try to do.
Does that unit still possess the same kind of physicality that has been kind of their trademark?
Yeah, I think they do. This is a good program. I mean, they've had a couple, struggles over the last couple of weeks, but as far as, what they do offensively and the skill and talent that they have, I mean, it's still a good football team that is well coached.
Do you feel that this is something of a change up from the last few weeks, for the obvious reason of one guy's not there anymore, but it felt as though there was maybe some pressure feeling around getting to 6 wins and getting that bowl eligibility. Do you feel like maybe this alters the flow of where things have been going for the better, maybe, if you are trying to find a positive spin on the way this has gone?
I think that's what we're hoping. They're just energy and focus. Kind of a wake up call. Like, hey, let's. We got to turn this thing around. Is on defense, and the week's been great. Practice, guys are locked in, focused. I've been really impressed with the work and focus they've put in. It's been great so far, and we got to keep it going.
I would imagine Tim had relationships with players that maybe some were closer than others. How do you address it with those players that maybe he worked with closely?
Yeah, the good thing as far as that is there is that, and we've done a good job as a staff, as a whole staff, of building relationships with every kid. So it's not where just inside linebacker has a relationship with me or an outside with Coach Tibbs. They've got relationships with everyone in the building, and so that's made it easier as far as that goes. And so that's been a real positive of this thing is because there's so many people that they feel connected to. It's not as huge a departure as far as that part of the relationship part of it. Yeah.
Was there a little bit of newness to this, I guess, in the sense that this is the first time Coach Smith has had to make this change at coordinator or even position coach in this way since all of you have been here? What was this experience just like? And we all know that it happens in this industry, but I'd imagine after 4 years with the consistency you guys have had, did it feel like something that was very new?
Well, like I said, it's unfortunate, and no one's happy about it. But being in this business as long as I have, I've been through it myself. So I've kind of had a background and prepared for it. So it's not a new thing that I've been through. So understanding how to handle it and channel it in the right way, I've been through before. So that's helped.